Hi everybody, it's Yasmin here. How are you doing? Hope you're really well. So I thought I would just try and get back into the habit of doing these little chats. I will eventually try and make time again, but I'm still coming back down to earth after the holidays. And after being in Bath for 5 days last week, recording my new Moonology course with Hay House, which I'm super excited about. I think it's an amazing course. I think it's good. I'm really happy with it. Anyway, what I want to talk about today is the coming new moon, okay? So we have a new moon coming. It's actually going to be, let me see. Actually, can I see your... Maybe I can see some... Oh, yes, I can see you people. Hi, Raynette. Hello, Kay. Hello, Mbeck21. Hello, everybody. So it's going to be on the 17th of September, which is Thursday. So for a start, let me just say that means I'm going to do a new moon ceremony on Thursday. And I might do it at around about midday UK time, which is actually going to work quite nicely for Australia as well, because the new moon itself actually takes place at midday and 3 seconds, which is pretty amazing. It's very uncommon. Yeah, so I will put that on the Facebook events page. And if you're on Instagram, I will just put Instagram on at midday. There's no events page for Facebook for Instagram. So we're going to talk about the new moon. Now, there's a couple of things. First of all, let me just dispel one misconception. Some people think that the only new moon that matters to them is the one that's in their sign. Like if you're a Leo, you think the Leo is the only one that matters, or if you're Scorpio, you think the Scorpio new moon is the only one that matters. That is not the case. Every single new moon applies to everybody in different ways. So for example, this one is going to be in Virgo. So for Virgos, yes, it's important, and especially if you're born towards the end of the Virgo period, because it's actually taking place at 25 degrees of Virgo. So if you are born towards the end of the Virgo period, it actually means you're pretty much going to get a new moon on your sun, which is SUN, which is amazing, because it means, you know, you're going to have like a whole new start. However, if you are, say, Leo rising, it's taking place in your second house, which is cash, property and possessions. If you are Pisces rising, it's taking place in your love zone. So, you know, it's kind of exciting no matter which sign you are. And also, this is a really positive new moon, which I'll tell you about in a minute. If you happen to be Scorpio rising, put your hand up or leave a comment. Scorpio rising people, this is the new moon in your 11th house, which takes place once a year, and your 11th house is the house of the thing wished for. Okay, so that's important for the simple reason that it's your wishing zone. Okay, so you know, there's an amazing book called New Moon Astrology, which I read about 20 years ago, which inspired me a lot. But, you know, obviously the new moon in your 11th house is big news, because new moons are times for wishing. And if it's in your wishing zone, well, you know, that really is like a triple double, or at least a double, if not a triple whammy kind of thing in terms of the good juju. So if you're Scorpio rising, we also have our monthly event, which this month is for you. So now, let me just say, it's not for Scorpios. It's for Scorpio rising people, okay? It's really important that you get that. So if you don't know your rising sign, I mean, you can go anywhere on the internet and find it out. My free chart that I offer is at moonmessages.com/free chart. But you can find it out like pretty much any astrology site. So if you are Scorpio rising, then this is a really big new moon for you, and it's the time to really make sure you're doing your new moon wishes and doing them properly. And as I said, it's also when we do our Written in the Stars event for you this month. And so if you want to find out about that, I put a link in the description above on Facebook, but it's moonmessages.com/written, as in WRITTN, Written in the Stars. So, and what we do there is we make wishes together, which is, you know, great fun. It's a Zoom, no, is it a Zoom call? No, I think it's like a webinar we do it as, actually. So which is actually a bit easier because then I can see everyone's questions a bit more easily. So we will make wishes together. We will also look at how your entire chart plays out. So if you don't know about that, it's really interesting. If you're Scorpio rising, you can learn, you know, that you know, whatever else is going on in your chart. Sagittarius rules your money zone. You think like a Capricorn, you know, all that kind of stuff. And also, we will have a look at what is coming up for you in the next 12 months, more or less based on your time, date, and place of birth, because I won't go into it now, but basically, once you know your rising sign, I can tell you so much more about your life. Like, for example, you know, where the Capricorn energy has been and where it's going to be once Jupiter and Saturn change signs at the end of the year, where the eclipses are, where the retrogrades are, and so on. Scorpio rising people, oh hello Murphy, Scorpio rising, they're all gorgeous as well because Scorpio's, you know, this mysterious sexy sign. So that is going to be the day after the new moon, so that'll be September the 18th. So yeah, moonmessages.com/written. So let's talk about this new moon and what it means for all of us. You know, obviously if you're Scorpio rising, it's kind of extra special because it's your wishing zone and because I'm all about wishes and manifesting. But for all of us, it's a very interesting new moon, not least because it's actually making a harmonious aspect to the planet Saturn, which quite frankly, we all need, okay? Because it's been a year, like not it's been 12 months, it's been a year, like what a year it's been. And we're coming to the end of this Saturn in Capricorn cycle at long last. And I mean, you know, let's face facts here, then there'll be a Saturn in Aquarius cycle. It's not like Saturn's going away or something, but it's been, because we've had Jupiter and Saturn and Pluto all in the sign of Capricorn, and this started so long ago now because Pluto moved into Capricorn a very long time ago. But because we've all had that, I think, don't quote me, 2012? Anyone out there, any astrologers out there want to remind me? 2014? Something around there. It's a long time. And Pluto's going to stay in Capricorn, but Jupiter and Saturn are going to move out of Capricorn. Now, basically what this means is that the energies in the chart are absolutely changing. So by the time we get to the end of 2020, it will feel like we've had a restart somehow. I won't get into the astrology of 2021 yet. I don't want to depress anyone, but the closer we get to the end of the year and the you know, the less close we are to the end of the virus situation, the more I'm getting a little bit concerned that 2021 is just going to be people really going off about, you know, all the restrictions that are being put in place, whether, you know, whichever side of the fence you sit on, whether you think we should all be in lockdown again or you think we should all be out and about, you know, wearing no masks. We've got the whole spectrum of people who watch these things. I'm not going to make any political statements here, but next year is looking pretty intense, and if we don't get this thing under control, 2021 can be a year when we're all just feeling really, really trapped, basically. So there you go. Anyway, the good news, let's get to the good news, because I said I wasn't going to go to the bad. It's not bad news, it's just like, I mean, it's up to us what we do now. It's what happens now will dictate how 2021 plays out. And I can see Alicia Ann saying, please wear a mask. You know, seriously, guys, please don't get into a fight about this. I've had too many people arguing on another post that I did today about masks. Nothing against you, Alicia Ann. You know, I'm not even going to say that I agree with you or I don't agree with you, but I just don't want to have any more argy-bargy. So, Yes, and as someone just mentioned, then there's going to be a what they call the Great Conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn taking place at in very, 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 very early Aquarius. But let's focus our minds on the new moon that's coming this week, because it is good and we need to make the most of the good whenever we can. So it's going to be taking place in a harmonious aspect to Saturn, and what that can mean is very much that we are going to start to reap the rewards of our hard work. And also, we're going to start to really process everything we've been through in the last 2 years, all the lessons we've learned, hopefully about the virus. I don't know, but hopefully. Hopefully about, wherever Saturn was for you in your chart, whether it was your relationship zone or your money zone or your career zone, hopefully, you're going to start to now make sense of what's been happening for the last 2 years, what you've learned, in what ways are you older and wiser. That's going to be a really big thing for this new moon. And I'll go into more of it on the night of the new moon, or the afternoon of the new moon. I'll be doing a new moon wishing ceremony, just a quick one. The really big one will be for wits, written in the stars. If you're Scorpio Rising, I'd love to see you there. And on the members area, I will be doing a new moon card reading. So there we go. Yes, it is powerful. There's also some Saturn Jupiter stuff going on, which is kind of good because it's a clash. But Mercury and Jupiter are clashing just before the new moon. But that's fine. It's kind of like, it's basically positive. So I just thought I would give you a heads up about the new moon. I will probably speak a little bit more about it tomorrow in the context of maybe the Mercury-Jupiter connection, because, it's the new moon in Virgo, and Virgo, the planet associated with Virgo is Mercury, so the Mercury-Jupiter thing's good. Alicia Ann, I'll see you written in the stars. Oh, that's good. I haven't really told anyone about it, so hopefully people will attend and sign up. Just to reiterate, you get... We'll look at your chart, how it all plays out, where your love zone is, where your career zone is, where all the lessons have been for you, where Jupiter and Saturn will be as of the change in November, and then we'll look at the eclipses for you, then we'll look at the 12 months ahead, and then we will make some wishes together. That's written in the stars, moonmessages.com/written, link above. Anyone got any questions? Joe Carey says, I've been waiting for months to book, lol. Excellent. Joe Carey is one of my friendly private Facebook people. And Joe does amazing altars. They're beautiful. Kim reckons he's the only guy on here. Well, if you are, Kim, welcome. Welcome to all the men who are enlightened enough to join us wise women. So there we go. Sammy has Scorpio, Mercury, Sun, Venus, and Neptune. All right. Chrissy, will I be doing more chanting? Yes, I will. Sharon, when is the new moon? It's at midday UK time on Thursday. So we'll do the free new moon ceremony on Thursday. And it will be the written in the stars for people who are Scorpio rising will be then on Friday. What's this? The new moon wishing ceremony, the new moon session that we'll do is free, and written in the stars, I'm afraid, has a cost, because guess what? I have to earn a living as much as I love to do all these things. So I just charge for the things where they're a bit more specialised, we go a bit deeper, and you get a bit more from me. Written in the stars for Scorpio Rising. Monica's ready for the things to be different. I'm very generous with my free ceremonies. Aw, thanks, Diana. I would do everything for free. Honestly, I always say if I won the lottery, I would continue to do all this. Joe's saying, remember the moon goes void not long after. Yes, it will. You're quite right. But not straight away. We'll have a bit of time. Not straight away, but yes, it will go void. What else? Anyone else got a question? Oh, what about if we do a card? Who wants a card for the day? Who wants a card for the day? I look tired, says Sangeeta. Oh. I'm actually okay. I've been more tired, trust me on that. Can Canadians join though? It's paid in US dollars. Carolyn says, yes. Anyone can join anywhere. And if you can't make the live for Written in the Stars, you'll get the replay sent to you the second it's over pretty much. Yes, do a card, says Sophia. All right, who's got a question? Who's got a question? Oh, I think this is the card. Have you got a question? Anyone like to put their question out? Anyone have a question? I'm just letting, if you want to write your question in the comments or just say your question out loud. I actually don't know what my question is. I'm going to just ask for general guidance. All right. Are we ready? Thanks, Suzanne. I've got my new easy peasy glasses on that they sent me. They're cool, aren't they? They actually sent me 2 pairs. In fact, they sent me 4 pairs. They sent me 2 reading glasses and 2, reading sunglasses. So now, next summer, assuming my eyes haven't become much worse in the meantime, I can sit and read with my sunglasses on. All right. Okay, General. Laurie wants to know about her son. Another Laurie wants to know, should she retire this year? Carolyn, should I leave my present job? Patty about her love situation. Okay, so I'm using Doreen Virtue's Ascended Masters cards. Still one of my favourite decks. All right. Oh, Marula says Mars retrograde. Check out my last live. That was all about Mars retrograde. Oh, here we go. Oh. Freedom. This is a weird card, actually. I'm not a big fan of this card, but let me read it to you. And there's something about this card that freaks me out a bit. I've got the Freedom card. Okay? So, I don't know why it freaks me out, because when I look at the meaning, I'm like, it's okay. I think I must have got it once when I was asking about a friend that I hadn't really had much contact with that I really wanted to see a bit more of. And I got this card and it was basically saying, just cut yourself free. I'm like, oh, okay. All right, here we go. And as it's turned out, that was probably like 3 years ago. And as it turned out, I still don't see much of that particular friend. And I would like to see more of that particular friend. There we go. Walk away from restrictions and be free. So the person who's saying, will my move happen, or should I leave my job, or what's going on for my love life? Walk away from restrictions and be free. Can't really be more clear than that. You have the power and the right to change your life so that you experience more freedom. This card signifies that your soul is crying out for more freedom, especially as far as it concerns your life purpose. Perhaps it's time to take a break so that you can think clearly about your desires and available options. The universe always supports the desire for expansion, creativity, and freedom. Say yes to freedom, and the universe will say yes to you. So, freedom. So, I just asked for general guidance, so I need a bit more freedom. I don't know what that means. It's time to leave a situation you've outgrown. Question the validity of any rules you've imposed upon yourself. Allow the universe to support you while you make desired life changes. Be assertive and say no to anyone who's overstepping the boundaries. I know, it's a weird card, Gaynor. I couldn't agree more. Or Monorani, exactly. All right, so I say yes to freedom. I say yes to freedom. Okie dokie. All right, well, I think on that note, that's it for today. Amen to that, says Nicole. Amen to freedom. Amen to being free. Oh my God, says Gaynor, freedom from lockdown. Oh, that would be so good. That would be so good. I'm over lockdown. I'm over it. I am the world's biggest stay home, but I'm over it. I'm over the fear, the worry, the arguments about masks, and so on. Jenny says, where did I get these cards? I've had these cards for at least 10 years. I would have just bought them in a shop or at a Hay House event or something. I don't know if you can still get them anymore. Thank you for reminding me, Alicia. My radio show is on today. Call me if you're in America, especially, it's easy. Call me 4 p.m. Or you can put questions on Facebook. I will create something on Facebook where we can take some questions there as well. 4 p.m. my radio show, and I put a link to that as well in the description. Don't forget, if you're Scorpio rising, sign up, because I haven't really spoken about this very much, and I'd really like to have a few people in the session for the Scorpio Rising Written in the Stars workshop. Lots and lots and lots of love, and I will see some of you. I'll be back at 4 p.m. To do my radio show, which I'll do the first half of it. I do it on Facebook as well, and then I just go on to unityonlineradio.org for the rest of it. So, mwah! Lots and lots of love.